Good evening, love. Good evening, light. Illuminators and way showers, wherever, whenever you are in the world. It is, of course, always now. So this finds me in our sunset hour once again. So thank you for joining me. My name's Wendy if you're new to my channel, and my husband Dave is sitting right here next to us working on some laptop stuff. And if you're new to my channel, we explore everything multidimensional, everything from spirituality to ascension to open contact with extraterrestrials to light languages, light code circuitry, um, oracle, and boy, what else am I leaving out? We just really like to learn more and know more about all that we are, exploring our own consciousness. So this really is about exploring my consciousness and sharing it with all of you in my journey over the last 8 years. So if you are new to the channel, there's over, I think, 1,300 videos of all different subject matters and light language activations and live events, sharing people from all over the world, just like you, awakening, expanding. And I wanted to share once again, if you aren't new to my channel, another synchronicity. So one of the things I absolutely love to share with all of you is my synchronicities. And I believe that by sharing mine with you, it helps open up your mind to your synchronicities and help you perhaps perceive better the guidance you're receiving from your spirit guides, nature spirits, repeating numbers. I've been seeing repeating numbers all like crazy today. I think I've seen almost all of them today. And I do post them on Facebook and I post them on my YouTube channel and take pictures of them all, as they arise because it just happens. And so, I wanted to share some numerical synchronicities with you guys again today. We had a lot show up last night on a fellow YouTuber channel, Nafeng Page Tarot. And so it was really funny in the audience, just pulling cards for people in the live chat, how amazing the synchronicities were. It was crazy. So it is funny. You just really cannot make this stuff up. So I wanted to share with you today that I am recording this on March 27th, 2023, and the date equaling 1. So as I was guided to, I've been in the sacred rebel spirit today, and as it would be, the cards that just, it one right after the other as I pulled them out, and I pulled 3 to share with all of you. And I alone, I was astounded at the synchronicities. So beginning with sunflowers, we've been talking the last few days about planting more sunflowers, how much we love sunflowers, and how I found out that there's literally 1,000 flowers within one sunflower. I thought that was absolutely fascinating. And that I was talking about preparing my sunflower bed, and the card that came up. Oh, and as many of you may know or may not know, taking photographs of the sunlight and moonlight and that and the light codes. And today taking photos of the sunlight and posting them, and also having my own moments of doubt and darkness, if we want to call it that, where we're just not seeing our own light, and allowing some of our own negative belief systems to overshadow the light we want to shine. And so with that said, the first card that I pulled was literally a sunflower and she's holding the light, and it's number 37, which equals 1. Focus on the light. And no matter what that means, sometimes it's literal, focusing on the sunlight, focusing on the moonlight, the starlight, focusing on water sparkles off the water. Focusing on your own inner light. When you can't see your path, focus on some form of light. Whatever brings light to you. What brings light to your heart? I hear the dove right now. Focusing on the dove is focusing on the light. Focusing on breathing. Focusing on what good did you get done today? What did we accomplish today? And sometimes we think that just sitting in nature or contemplating, meditating, breathing is not an accomplishment. Yet it's typically the first things that we need to take care of. And so I just wanted to share that one synchronicity and that number one. And then last night, and actually the last couple of days, and we just had a storm here. I wanted to say that too. The next card that came up was number one after the storm. And the full moonlight owl. And we were just talking about owls. A lot of owls came up in the readings. And in the last couple of days, the owl and the owl spirit guides, and I've been seeing the owls specifically in oracle cards. The wisdom, and I'm hearing the wisdom in the night, the wisdom in our sleep. After the storm, after all of us have what we would consider an inner storm, say, for example, and can't see the light, there it is again. After the storm, focus on the light. And actually, I had only at first pulled two, and then I was guided to open the deck again, and I just pulled half of the deck. And the next one that opened was number 27, receiving. Today's date is 27, and we are all receiving higher consciousness education from our guides, from the multidimensionals, from the collectives that are here to help and support us, who are actually in awe of us. Allow ourselves to receive the guidance more clearly than ever before, as we have this 3 cards in beautiful synonymous harmony with today's energies. And to show you all a few of my symbols that I happened to open up one of my journals today, and the sacred symbols that I've been receiving for a very long time, several years. The date that I drew these was actually on July 29th, 2017, and it was a number 1 day. Oh, there's my timer. So another synchronicity as my dinner timer goes off just as we're talking about about the symbols. And it was also a number 1 day. As I'm receiving these symbols, sometimes I do get star systems, where they're coming from, detailed information. Yet as we studied these symbols, each and every one of them means something different to each and every one of us. Each and every one of us is going to respond energetically. I'm hearing empathetically, definitely multidimensionally. And so as I'm receiving them, I'm simply drawing the images. It's as if they're just being literally downloaded. And so I wanted to share these with you too. To see what you might receive today from these symbols. the energy of number one. And they were purposely done in this color. I was simply guided that day to do these in this color. There's the date on there. And even as we turn them, and some of these are familiar, some of these symbols we've seen before, over time, we'll call it. And yet it feels as if there's a reason that I'm seeing them in my mind's eye. And so perhaps that's the best way to describe it, is seeing these symbols in my mind's eye. And oftentimes I will get star system information. This is the Pleiadian Council. This is to help us connect with a particular vibration. In this case, it's the vibration, literally, of one. The number one, and the number one, and how it is also its own representation of the number one. It's having its own experience as everything that has to do with one and the number one, and so many layers of whatever that means. And the more and more that we utilize and that I share these symbols, the more and more that each and every one of us can more fully integrate, they're saying, but interact with the actual being, the energy, the essence of what that is, the one, the number one, the word, how we even say it. What does it mean when we think it? What belief systems are associated with the number one and the one? And of course, that's the first thing I think of, is the one and source. And seeing all of creation as this one sunflower, seeing all of creation as this one amazing, connected, beautiful being, creating this amazing, beautiful being, and yet within it is its own unique flowers. And that is how I see source and source light. And one of the reasons I love sunflowers is because they represent to me that one, and the solar energy, and the sun, and flowers, and they're one of the tallest flowers that I'm aware of. And it's very exciting. And it was very exciting, actually, for Dave and I both to plant sunflowers for the first time, and just seeing them tower, and amazement, and then actually having elevations where we can walk up a flight and actually be right up in their face. And so it's just the simple things like that, and the incredible experience. And so I'm feeling also, as these symbols come through too, I'm often guided to create them in a particular color as a sensory. I'm hearing a sensory perception of that color in that moment. And as we understand color, it would be our sacral chakra in that orange color range. Many sunflowers are, and actually you can see even in this one, the hints of the orange and the yellow, and and the light in the center is all of us. And source is that sunflower. And we are all part of that one beautiful sunflower. And it's almost as if I could explain it, that one of these little flowers within the sunflower is expressing itself to another part of the sunflower through song. Music is emitted from plants. The more we interact, and there'll be more videos about that, and there have been lots of them about that, as well as about music and interacting with plants and the music. So I think that alone, this number one energy today, the wisdom, knowing that the wisdom will always come from number one within you. And by virtue that every single thing is a part of that same big flower, We're all getting information from this one beautiful place, and yet we all can see it from a different perspective of that flower, and gaining insight and wisdom as we recognize that, and as we receive more and more information about who we actually are as multidimensional beings, and how we perceive and understand ourselves as those multidimensional beings. So thank you, all of you, for joining me once again as I love to share these synchronicities with all of you, and in my intention and desire that these simple explorations have a profound impact on you discovering more and more of your own light and meaning, your passion, what drives you, what makes you glow, what makes you weep tears of joy, what makes you feel bliss, what makes you feel peace, what makes you feel quiet, what makes you want to jump up and down and clap, or just bring a sense of source into that now, and knowing that the one is the all, the one all are the one, and we are all of that, and everything is here and now within this one moment. So, le sova sopore feshe inki sapolonde. Montovento ursho ki iseve somoravesha moro ki la sombote. Shangia tave somoravesa lakia. Somoto iya inai inaya naya. Alahima uahana alaki sopaso. So in this moment, the angels, the Elohim, the emissaries, the light collective are inviting you to share more and more of your light, and see yourself as a sunflower. See yourself as a multi-dimensional, amazing flower that contains billions and billions of infinite flowers, and each of them have billions and billions of, I can't even say billions and infinite. That's our own limited understanding, in each and every one of them. So, yeah, Tovese, I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you once again. And if there's any way that I may serve you, of course, all my links are below. Thank you once again for joining me. Oh, there's
We
Dave.
love you. We love you.
Mwah.